Okay, so we're looking at lesson 6, the area circumference study guide. So when we are working with number 1, we need to go ahead and understand what are we looking for. So this Halloween candy bowl has a circumference. So I see the word circumference, and it has 22 pi units. So I know I'm going to be working with the circumference formula. So I'm going to write down circumference equals, and then what is the radius? So I see the word radius, and I'm looking at the formulas, and it looks like I could use 2 pi r. 2 pi r. I was given the radius, so I'm writing c equals so that I can substitute the circumference. So I'm going to put 22 pi equals 2 pi r. And I need to isolate the r, so I'm going to divide 2 pi from both sides. So pi's cancel out, and 22 divided by 2 gives us 11 equals r, 11 units. Okay, number 2, we're looking at circular rim of a basketball hoop has a diameter of 18 inches. Diameter of 18 inches. What is the closest to the circumference of the rim? So we have multiple choice here. Which one is going to fit closest to the circumference? We're looking for the circumference. All right, so when we're looking at formulas, I have circumference. I know I'm going to use C equals, and diameter is 18 inches. So the formula that makes sense to me is pi times D. And so then C equals, we're going to do 3.14 to substitute because we're getting closest, and they have values here, no pi's in the answers. And the diameter is 18. So then that actually gives me 56 and 52nd hundredths. And we're looking for the closest. So, and I'm looking at the answer, it looks like 56 and 5/10 inches is the closest to what I got. That is the answer. So, number 3. A sheep is mysteriously walking in a circular path with a diameter of 50 feet. So I see the word diameter and circular path. So I'm thinking we have a circular path and the sheep is walking on this path. So that makes me think of a circumference. So I'm going to use the circumference. Diameter of 50 feet. What is the approximate distance? The nearest whole foot. All right, we're going to round the answer to the nearest whole number. The sheep walks each time it walks completely around the circular path. Use 3.14 for pi. So I know that I'm going to be using a circumference formula. I was given the diameter, so I can use pi times d. So 3.14 times the diameter, 50, and that gives me 157. So it's going to be 157 feet. All right, number 4. A rectangular brick patio has an area of 210 square feet. So I see the word rectangular brick patio has an area of 210 square feet. It has a circular grass center of diameter of 10 feet. All right, so I have a rectangular brick patio, and in the center I have a grass center, and the diameter of this, the diameter of the circle is 10 feet. So, area of the rectangle, we want to know how much patio will be bricked. So nothing is going to be bricked in here. We're just going to be bricking it all on the outside here. Okay, so now we're going to have to try to find the area of the grassy path that's not going to be bricked. So the area formula that we're going to be working with, area equals pi r squared. We were given the diameter, so we need the radius. Radius then is half of the diameter, so our radius is going to be 5 feet. So then we're going to take the pi, 3.14, times 5 squared, and that's going to give us 78.5. So now that we know the area of the circular grass area, we then need to remove that from the area of the rectangle. So the area of the rectangle is all of this. All of this pink equals 210 square feet. So 210. And what we need to do is we need to remove the center here. So we need to remove this center piece. So we're going to subtract it. We're taking it out. So 210 minus 78.5 gives us 131.5. Round it to the nearest whole number, and that's going to be 132 square feet. Number 5. The steering wheel of a 2024 Honda Accord has a diameter, so we know that's important, diameter of 13 inches. What is the area of the steering wheel? So round to the nearest tenth. Pay attention to what we're asking for. Nearest tenth. So when we are working with this, we know we need our area formula, pi r squared. We were given the diameter. Diameter is 13 inches. We need the radius. Radius then is half of 13, which is 6.5, equals r. So now we're going to take 3.14 times 6.5 squared. That gives me 132.665. Remember, we need to round to the nearest tenth. The next number is 6, next to that 6. So our total answer is 132 7/10. That's our answer. Heidi has a saucer tree swing circumference of 144 inches. What is the approximate diameter of the hula hoop? So we need to find the diameter. So we have the circumference. Circumference equals, and we have, we want to look for the diameter, so we're going to use pi times d. So the circumference was given. Let's substitute the c. So that's 144 inches. I guess we don't need to put inches. We'll just keep the value. Okay, we're going to substitute the pi with 3/14 times d. We need to solve for d, isolate this. So then we're going to divide it by 3 and 1400ths on both sides. What we do on one side, we do exactly the same on the other. So 144 divided by 3.14. So that means the diameter is going to be around 45.859 something, but we need nearest tenth, so we're going to round it to here. So our answer should be 45 6/10 inches. Circle below has a radius of 21 centimeters. Write an expression to find the area. Do not solve. So the expression. So we want to find the area. Area equals pi r squared. So the radius is given 21 centimeters. So we have an expression where we have area equals pi times 21 squared. That would be the expression. That's it. Pi times 21 squared. Or you could do 21 squared pi. Number 8. Which of the following figures has an area that's closest to 23 square centimeters? All right, area again is what we're finding, and 23 squared centimeters. We could do this in a couple different ways, but area formula, area equals pi r squared. Area 23 square centimeters, so 23 is going to substitute the area, And then we have pi, which we're going to substitute 314, r squared. So we're going to divide both sides by 3.14. What we do on one side, we do on the other, equals r squared. We get around 7.32. And since we want the square root, we're going to take the square root on both sides. R equals 2.7. That's how we could solve for it. So that would get us D. Another way we could do this, as another strategy real quick, is that you take the values that make sense and plug it in. So 23 square is the area, so it wouldn't make sense for us to have a radius square with 14. So let's just try pi times 7.2 squared. So if you plug that in, that would equal 162.8. And then if we substitute that with 2.7 squared times 3.14 to see if that works, that gives us 22.9, which is close to 23 square inches. So this is our answer. We need a radius of 2.7 centimeters. So D. Those are two different ways you could solve for it.